Horses, horses, horses with powers, energy sources, half an hour. Welcome to Horses with Powers. Fred Chlowie, your host. Today I'm joined by, you can introduce yourself, I'm sorry. I don't mean to take that from you.
I'm Peter. They call me Peter.
Peter. Okay, what do you do, Peter?
I'm a jack of all trades, really. If someone comes up to me and says, hey, I got this thing, I research it and I get it done.
You're a researcher. No? You're a jack of all trades.
Well, the thing is that people got a lot of issues that we got limited time on this earth. So, a lot of people are like, that's not really worth my time to fix. And a lot of people lean on me because I got time. So I fix stuff.
So you fix things?
Yeah, I don't mean in the Godfather, I fix things. Oh, that would be crazy. I don't fix pets. If that's, if that's your, price is right, whatever. I fix stuff, You're sitting around the house, if something needs to be done, the water doesn't go down the sink. I fix that, Kid's not doing his homework. What's up with that? I fix that. I'm a versatile team player.
So that's something besides a home appliance, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a simple, there's so many things that you can Google now anymore that, I don't think you have to necessarily have specific training to do a lot of things anymore. But it's just a fraction of the time that you have before you ultimately die. And a lot of people, like I said, they do a cost benefit analysis and say, you know what, I'd rather just call Peter.
Peter, okay. So you're really just very desperate. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Not all of us have a gift. A lot of people have a gift, you know what I'm saying? You see them on TV and they got a gift, and they do this thing that people pay them to do. And I never found that gift. I went through the education system that we have. And, I did 2 years community college that was supposed to go to a general arts degree. And, I just didn't find the thing that I wanted to do. There were so many options. And I was like, none of these, So, yeah, I do what people don't want to do.
You're the anti-gift to society. You're the answer to those who have gifts.
Yeah, I mean, people, the type of people that create jobs, for instance, the type of people that manage stuff for other people, the type of people who decide like a shoe, everyone's got shoes, and the type of people who decide those shoes, I mean, they're up there, they know what I'm going to buy on a random purchase, but I don't know what you didn't, you know what I mean? But if you got a problem, those little things that fall off at the end of your shoelaces and you can't get them back through the hole, I'll fix that. So that's where I come in.
Wow. Yep. You see, I started this program coming to you live streamed over 35mm film on the greatest cameras that money can buy from the Apple campus. I started this show to meet these empathic beings across the world like yourself, Peter. And as strange as you may be, it's fascinating to catalog your existence.
Well, thank you. I feel like the center of attention. It's sometimes, it is a bit like that. It's addicting, because it's like someone's got something they need. It's a need they can't meet, and I come in there and I meet that need. And I've done things for money. And yeah, I think that there's a lot of people like me out there.
You haven't killed anyone, though. You haven't killed anyone.
Oh, no. I've got rules. I've got a very, no laws. I won't break any laws that I know are laws. So,
that you know are laws. Okay, so here's an example. Let me say I'm someone who's hiring you for a job. Let's do that scenario, all right?
Yeah.
Peter, look, I really don't like my local coffee shop. They make fun of me for working at Apple, and I want you to fix it.
Yeah, man. There's many things you could do to fix that. You know, I think most of the time the people that work in a coffee shop, you know, they're frustrated because they went and actually tried to achieve something and then kind of didn't yet. They didn't yet. If you know, I'm just going out there. I don't go to the local coffee shop a lot. When you say local coffee shop, I'm assuming you know, they know actually how to steam milk and things like that, right? You're talking about an upscale type of place.
I'm talking turtleneck, bongo playing, finger snapping, beatniks.
That work there.
Yes, yes, they run the. I'm sorry, they run the place. They draw designs in the foam. Just one block away from the Apple campus in the scenario, and they make fun of me every morning.
Well, I think what I would start would be that tip jar. You know, because if they're right by the Apple campus, you know, these people work for tips. And so I think what I would start with doing is move the tip jar to a place that people can't see it.
Oh, so you're a creative fixer.
I mean, I try to be. That's a human issue you've dealt. You know, this is not a simple A plus B is C. This is a human heart issue that you're striking at, and the human heart sometimes has to be crushed. You know, to get the result that you're looking for.
Crushed by a lack of tips. Huh.
To bleed them out slowly.
Okay, and that's the tips you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, have you applied for a coffee? I mean, these jobs, they don't even have to pay minimum wage. You know that the food service, you know, they don't even have. They get people that go there because they identify with a part of culture, a culture of success, a culture of consumption. That unfortunately they just provide to other people who actually have gotten that success and can actually brag about it. So
I agree. I agree. Coffee shop people suck. They're the worst. That's what you're talking about, right?
yeah, absolutely. I think they hate the people that come in there. I think they hate you for everything that you've done that they haven't. That's just kind of the vibe I get.
It's true.
That's why they spell your name wrong. You know that.
That's right. They say my name's Fred Clarence every day. My name's Fred Chlowie. Fred Chlowie. I don't appreciate it. And last week they I don't know if you can see it they carved a poem into the back of my hand.
They carved you? They marked you?
Yeah, they asked me to please show my ID before I could buy a latte in the scenario, and I put my ID down on the table, and then the beatnik, he pulled off his glasses, and they had sharp ends, and he immediately started penciling on the back of my hand with his sharp shades.
That's unacceptable. I think they've gone to a level of abuse that you were right for pointing out. You were right. I thought this was a hypothetical scenario, but you've got bodily harm on you.
Yes, it is a scenario, but it's a scenario that's very real and happened to me last week.
Yeah, I mean, one thing you could do is talk to the police. That's one thing you could do. But you know, the thing about a bully is that they're actually scared.
Yeah. The poem's so uplifting, Peter. It's uplifting.
Uplifting of a physical assault on you.
No. My hand was cut by hidden blades and shades, but the poem is uplifting. Oh America, I have but $575 in my pants pocket, America. Richard Nixon reigns supreme over my brain, America. Oh America, I break free with the greatest minds. Oh America, please don't give me traffic fines. Oh America, the sun of a new day dawns over it makes me feel better.
That's a lot that someone carved into you with precision. You read that really clearly for a wound. You know, usually wounds are pretty messy. You know, I'm thinking that this person probably has talent that they have not been recognized for.
Right?
And they should be the one talking to me because, you know, there's places you could display this.
Well, could you help? That's technically your job, right? To help me just figure that out, right?
We're just two guys, man. We're just two guys figuring out the root of the problem right now.
Hey, where are you from, Peter?
A lot of places, you know. We moved around a lot. You
Who's
know,
we?
me and Dad and the girls that, you know, it's his friends. We moved around a lot.
Huh? How many friends did he have with him?
Oh man, that's you know, it was sometimes he would use numbers, you know, when he had his friends over when they would drink late at night when I was supposed to be doing my homework, and you know, they'd use numbers, but it was always like a really high number, you know. Uh, Apparently, men exaggerate on their number
Hmm.
of friends, you know, female friends, opposite sex friends. If you have that persuasion. But yeah, we never had anyone that lasted long enough to like know my uh, name to
No, your
memorize my name.
no, your last name or your first name.
I have the same last name as my dad, so I
I,
think they knew him.
I wasn't sure if you were saying no one's lasted enough through history. Like there's no one who's as old as your entire family tree to say we're this old. Because my cousin Deborah, she's 294 years old, and she reminds me what my last name is pretty much weekly. So it's
Is
interesting.
that wait a minute? Is that dog years? You're using like some other scale of?
No, 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 no. She's 294 years old, and that's how old my family is. If you count the rings on our tree, we'd be 294. So, just going back from that, she's there to remind us our last name, Chlowie. Very easy to forget, and I was just wondering if that affected you at all, not having that.
So I'm alive right now, right? I'm not talking to like someone at the gates of heaven, for instance.
No, no, no. You're sitting at
Um,
your laptop screen when up comes my 35 millimeter live stream Google Hangout saying, "Let's chat. Let's get to know Peter. I want to get to know this planet."
all right, now I feel like you're documenting 21st century humans in general. Like you have a relating to other people issue, which is a bit deeper than the perceived issue with the coffee guy.
Thank you, Peter. Um, can I ask you a couple questions then?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm here for. Like I said, I make the answers. So
Okay. How tall are you?
I'm 5 foot 6, 5 foot 6. I think
6.
it's I was arrested in Canada once. It was a meter
What? Wait.
and 60 something, I think.
Wait. You were arrested in Canada for what?
Well, like I said before, you know, I don't break laws that I know are laws. Sometimes people will ask you, you know, like if you're in a parking lot situation, like, hey, can you stick this tracking device on my car? You know, and it turns out it's not their car, and it turns out it'd be kind of dumb to track your own car if you were with your car. Theoretically, you would know where the car is, right? But I had helped a gentleman in the parking lot at Tim Hortons who he needed to track someone, and I didn't know that the laws of Canada are such that you can't just stalk people like that. It was a stalking case.
Boy. Wow. You know, all of that at one time I'm having trouble processing, but it sounds like you were in some deep trouble. So I'm going to write that down. Deep trouble. All right? Deep. So
Yeah,
you helped someone track someone.
yeah. The guy, I mean, he had a genuine look of concern in his face. He said that my car, it goes missing, you know, and you look like, you know, our previous conversation. We were talking about the original 6 hockey teams, you know. And he goes, you know what? You're the type of guy that sounds like that I would have a beer with socially, and I trust you for this important thing. But my car is got a bit of an attitude, and sometimes it goes missing. So you know, I don't want to piss it off. So I want you to put this tracking device on it, and that's exactly what we did. It was a 5 minute thing, you know.
What type of? We'll get back to the survey in a second. What type of car was this? Was this I want to say uh, a late '60s Bug? I could be wrong.
Yes, that's incredible that you got that. You know, some people when they're with a friend and they see it, they punch each other. You know, it's a bonding card. You know, it's a card that people bond to. So I didn't feel threatened by the car. You know, it was the type of car that I thought people would notice, but you know, apparently it ran away. So
Look, Peter, this didn't happen to be in 1 second. This didn't happen to be in. I'm sorry. I'm consulting my. I'm Googling something. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
This didn't happen to be in the summer of 2005, was it?
Yes, it was actually. It was. That's exactly when it was. It was the last time they let me cross the border. Really, I tried to go one other time, and they were like, "Hey, hey," and I didn't. You know, I didn't. They're too polite. I didn't want to ruin their afternoon. It was 2005 August.
Look, I hate to tell you this, Peter, but you're Lindsay Lohan.
I'm personally Lindsay Lohan.
You don't have any hundreds or thousands-year-old family member to tell you this, because they're long. I mean, where'd they go, right? They divorced when you were born with your twin sister, who's also you. You're Lindsay Lohan. I'm sorry. It was Herbie the Love Bug. Now I understand you.
You know, I think that explains why so many people reach out to me. You know, like why, you know, I'm just a person. Why are so many people, I set up one of those Twitters, and the amount of people who ask me to help out with stuff is it's overwhelming at times. That, you know.
What's your Twitter handle?
Well, I got a couple. I got the one that the oh my God, it's coming back now. The agency set up for me. I've got Peter Blackhawks, which is the one that I think I was looking at, you know, when I was waiting for your call. It took you guys a while to set up.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh my God, I spend all my time looking my own image up, looking up myself. I thought I had a fascination with some girl, but it was me.
Maybe you weren't typing on the computer, but you were typing on the mirror. We all have love in ourselves that needs to get out towards our own selves.
Well, that would make sense because, you know, I didn't get a clear response from any of it. It was a completely lonely search this whole time.
Search for what?
For whatever I was searching the whole time, you know, because I hear people saying, they're like, "Hey, we need your help. You know, what's on sale this weekend at Fry's?" You know, and I don't live in the California area. I don't know what computer parts you need, but I would look at, I would query it, is what I was doing. I was querying just all the much thoughts that were invading my head.
And where do you live again, Peter?
Right now? You mean like right now?
Yeah, where are you coming at us live from?
I'm in Dearborn, Illinois, as far as I know. That was my understanding of the broadcast.
Wow. This is fascinating. This is fascinating.
You know, I didn't know I was gonna be ripped into a time warp with the person who knows everything, because that, you know, that's not something you expect when you wake up.
Yeah, I just you know, I'm just trying to. I'm on a mission of empathy. Do you understand?
Like Jesus of Nazareth was on a mission of empathy.
Oh, he was?
I believe, you know, meek inherit the earth, etc.
Oh, boy. Ah,
Friends
fuck.
will.
Christ! Fuck!
You know,
God, fix that.
Jesus came out of that tomb, you know that, and never really left. So, you know, maybe there. I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but You ever consider the fact that you are probably Jesus Christ?
You know, it's funny you should say that. Peter, I have thought on a couple of occasions that I might be the Messiah. That's funny. I could be Christ. Huh.
I mean, I think a lot of people think that, like when they're in line and they need something, you know, and they're like, get out of my way. I'm the most important person in the room. You know, I'm arguably Christ. But you, no, you have a legitimate chance here. I mean, your
That's right.
family, they're all hundreds of years old.
Yeah, that was like 295 years ago, right?
Give or take, for sure. You know, like I said, time, the measurement of time is completely malleable. So
Let's think. Wait a second. So let's map this out. All right. So you stalked a Volkswagen Beetle for a stranger, and you don't know your last name, or you do know your last name, but you don't know your family history all the way back to the names of other family members. Correct?
well, I mean, I have affinity for names. I have affinity is what I have. I have a Stinkewitz is I have an affinity for that name. Andajeski, I have an affinity for that name.
So they feel good. Those names feel good. They fit
Yeah,
right.
you know, Peter Andajeski. You know, maybe you would you'd hire me for something. You know, that sounds like a respectable member of the community. But yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be evasive here. You know, I'm not trying to evade the question, but yeah, I guess I can't pinpoint really who I am.
So you're Lindsay Lohan. There we go. And I
I like
sometimes think I'm the Messiah, and I'm on a mission of empathy. So I'm Jesus.
you look better now. You look more self-assured than you were. I mean, I feel pretty sexy right now. You know, I was really self-conscious even 15 minutes ago. But I feel pretty damn sexy right now.
Lindsay, you should. You should. You really should. You're um you're a very talented actress. Get a Clue is a fantastic film.
Thank you. The amount of stuff, you have no idea.
Look, well, this has been very eye-opening for me as much as I know it has been eye-opening for you.
Yeah, it's not every day I get to meet someone that's on equal level with me. You know, um, love myself. You know, Jesus of Nazareth. That's a big that's a meeting of two big heads right there. So I'm
Santa, yeah, Santa and the Easter Bunny right there.
oh, for sure, absolutely. But yeah, they're not here, and so you know the focus is us, really.
I like you, Lindsay Lohan. You're cool. Look, I have to go get my other hand stabbed at the coffee shop, but I will. It's been fantastic. I feel like I've learned a lot about you emotionally, and I can report back to.
I believe your father would be God, the creator of all existence. You know, I don't know if you report to Saint Peter. I don't know if he's like the secretary of God or something. But you know, anything you could throw in there for me would be, you know, because I've had my run-ins, like you know, everyone knows. So
Lindsay, we've learned too much tonight, and I mean that as a compliment. And I'll be speaking with you soon.
okay, well, I talk to you all the time, and I'm glad to see you in physical form. It's been wonderful.
Same to you, Lindsay. I speak to you all the time. I'll see you in my dreams.